Good morning, students of class 7. Welcome to history class. We are reading chapter 10, The Far East in the Middle Ages. In today's class, we will learn about the painting and printing of Tang Dynasty. Let us know first about printing. Among the most globally significant innovations of the Tang and Sung dynasties were the invention of wood block printing and movable type, enabling widespread publishing of a variety of texts and the dissemination of knowledge and literacy. Scholars believe that wood block printing first appeared in China around 600, probably inspired by the much older use of bronze or stone seals to make impressions on clay and silk, and the practice of taking inked rubbings of inscribed text from bronze and stone reliefs. The process of block printing on paper was perfected by the end of Tang dynasty. The first mentioning of printing is an imperial decree from 593 AD, in which the Sui Emperor Wenti orders Buddhist images and scriptures to be printed. So eventually, the Chinese also began printing longer scrolls and books. One of the oldest surviving books is the Buddhist scriptures dated to 868 AD. It was found in a cave near Dunhuang, a major stop on the Silk Road. This is the cave. The best example of a beautiful text created out of wood block printing was the Jin or the Diamond Sutra. Discovered in Dunhuang, China, it is made in 868 AD during the reign of Emperor Yizhuang. Its printing was made possible by certain Wang. It consisted of 7 sheets stick together to create a 5-meter long scroll. And the picture that you are seeing over here is the front sheet or the first sheet of this Diamond Sutra. The wood block printed Diamond Sutra was a work of art, complete with calligraphy and beautiful religious illustrations. It is considered as a Chinese translation from Sanskrit of a highly regarded Buddhist sutra, and it is now a part of a collection of the British Library. So this was an example of printing that happened during this Tang period. Now, thanks to woodblock printing, Buddhism spread quickly across China under the Tang dynasty. With the Diamond Sutra as an example, Buddhist monks were able to print or mass produce copies of Buddhist texts. Numerous texts that allowed many to read, to understand, and to embrace Buddhism in a short period of time. So, printing was discovered during this period, and it also helped in spread of this religion, Buddhism. Now, not only this religious text or sutras, it may be mentioned here that playing cards were printed in China for the first time, and here are some types of playing cards that you can see. Now, painting of Tang dynasty. During the Tang dynasty, considered a golden age in Chinese civilization, Chinese painting developed dramatically both in subject matter and technique. The advances that characterized Tang dynasty painting had a lasting influence in the art of other countries, especially in East Asia, including Korea, Japan, Vietnam, and Central Asia. And the themes that were painted during this time included figure painting, Buddhist painting, landscape painting, and painting of people. The outstanding master in this field was Wu Daozi, who was referred to as the sage of painting. So he was a famous painter of that time. Wu Daozi or Wu Taozu as it is written in your book was the greatest painter of the Tang period. He traveled widely and created murals in Buddhist and Taoist temples. He also drew mountains, rivers, flowers, birds. No authentic originals are extant, though some exist in later copies and stone carvings. His famous painting of Confucius, as you can see over here, was preserved by having been copied in a stone engraving. Another instance of Chinese art can be found in Thousand Buddha Caves. Now, in the Tang period and the following periods, nearly 1,000 caves were carved out of the cliffs, and these caves are known as Thousand Buddha Caves. These caves house numerous Buddhist figures of high quality. Many frescoes depicting various Buddhist legends were painted on the walls of these caves. The Buddhist grottoes or caves are mainly scattered in Xinjiang, Gansu, Yellow River region and Yangtze River region, and some in South China. Among them, the famous top four Buddhist grottoes in China are Mogao Caves in Dunhuang, Unyang Grottoes in Datong, Longmen Grottoes in Luoyang, and Maijishan Grottoes in Tianshui, which all were listed as UNESCO's World Heritage Sites. So here you can see some pictures from Mogao Caves or which is known as Dunhuang Caves. Mogao Caves, which is one of the 1,000 Buddha grottoes, comprises the largest, most richly endowed, and longest used treasure house of Buddhist art in the world. With a history over 1600 years, it was first constructed in 366 AD in 16 kingdoms and represents the great repositories of Buddhist art from the 4th to 14th century. Now, this caves has 492 caves housing about 45,000 square meters of murals and more than 2,100 painted sculptures. Among them, the highest painted sculpture is at 35.5 meters. The largest mural painting is 47 square meters. For the precious, unmatched artistic, historical, cultural value, Mogao Caves was listed as the World Heritage Site in 1987. And you remember, it's not only known for the painting or art found over there, it is from this cave itself that printed book or that printed Buddhist Sutra, which is called the Diamond Sutra, was discovered. The next one is Yungan Grottoes. Yungan Grottoes represents the outstanding achievement of Buddhist cave art in China in the 5th and 6th centuries. It was not only listed as one of the top 4 great grottoes in China but inscribed as a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 2001. So here you can see the artwork that is present inside this cave. Now these two are the artwork present in the other two caves, that is Magician and Longmen. So that was all for today. What you have to do now is you have to read these two sections, that is the Tang art, painting and printing portion from your book, and if you find any difficulty understanding this portion, you will mail in the given mail ID. Thank you.